Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Amy. It's so nice to finally be on YouTube. I've been dying to do this and here I am. So sit your butt down because we're gonna have a little chat if you don't mind. Um, a little bit about me. I love paranormal stuff. I love fantasy. I'm a big Twilight enjoyer. I indulge quite a lot. And if you think that we vibe, if you think, oh my gosh, this girl, like, we match, maybe we're meant to be. Maybe we're meant to be best friends. You'll just never know unless you stay on the video and stay along with me. But that's up to you. Um, Anyways, I thought that for today, a good, kind of introduction to the Chan, if you will, would be at story time. And not just any story time, guys. This is about my first real bully, like real bully. And it just so happens to be the child of my mom's ex-boyfriend. Um, which is kind of a weird topic, but we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it because like the things that this boy made me feel were insane. And I'm gonna preface this by saying that it's a little bit upsetting, the things that I'm about to say. So if something that I say would make you uncomfortable, you can like sign off at any time. I won't mind at all. Okay. But he was a little aggressive, if you will. Okay, so a little bit of a backstory. This guy and my mom, let's call him David, they were dating for like 2 or 3 years. And I was 7 at the time, so I don't really remember many details. But I'm gonna give as much as I can. Okay. At least the ones that I think are documentable. Like they're worth it. Okay. Um, this guy, David, had 2 kids. Let's call the son Aiden and let's call the girl Trisha. So, what like the easier story, the easier instance that I'm gonna open this up with, um, is something that happened on David's birthday. So me and my mom were at Publix or Walmart or somewhere, and we had the idea of surprising David with a birthday cake. And the one that we picked out was one of those cylindrical ones that had fruit all over it. And the thing about me and my mom, like we always loved stuff like that, where it was like fruity or like vegetable platter or something like that, like charcuterie. Like we just like loved the all natural kind of stuff, if that makes sense. Even though cake is cake, and then there's like obviously sugar and stuff on it. You get the gist, okay? We pick up this cake. We're like, oh my gosh, we think he's gonna love it, and he's a very appreciative, nice man. David is. We bring the cake to the house. We're so excited. When he sees it, he's like, oh my gosh, this is so nice. It looks so good. I'm so excited to try it. Aiden, on the other hand, he came out and he was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna eat this. This is disgusting. Like, why did you all have to get so nasty? And he was insulting this cake. Okay, what did the cake ever do to you? Okay, hello, like, and 7-year-old me was pretty sensitive, so she took this to heart. She was like, "You're judging my taste. You're judging me and my mom's taste." Um, but I didn't do anything. Now I think I would kick him in the butt, in the nuts. Um, because who are you to make this all about you? It's your father's birthday and he likes it. So shut up. You know, maybe shut up. Um, but yeah, that was just one instance that should have warned me for everything else wrong with this boy. He was just off from the beginning. This was something that started it. Okay, started the gears. They were shifting, okay? And not shifting to Hogwarts like we all thought we were doing in 2020. Shifting for real. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the story, this is the more graphic little thing that happened with him that I can remember. It was like very traumatizing to me as a kid. It's not going to sound like a lot on camera, but put this in 7-year-old me's perspective, okay? So it was like some afternoon, right? And my mom and David were just getting back, or they were busy with chores or something. They were busy all day, and they were really tired, and so they decided to take a nap on the couch together. And little me thought it was so cute and was just sitting on the stairs on like the first two steps, just admiring them, and something funny came into my head, so I started giggling, which was a big mistake. Big mistake. Because unfortunately, I was not alone. Aiden was above me in the stairs at the top. And he ran down as silently as he could. And he grabbed me by the ear and he was like, "What do you think you're doing? Shut up. Stop laughing. They're gonna wake up. You're gonna wake them up. It's gonna be your fault." I'm like, "Buddy, chill, chill, chill a little bit." Um, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that he was 10 years old, saying this to a 7-year-old little girl. Mm, okay, okay. We're gonna do that. Okay, we're gonna do that. Because he did that. He was doing that. Anywho, so I was like, okay, okay, like I'm sorry. But if you know, I couldn't contain it for some reason. And I was just giggling and giggling. I thought he was about to leave. I thought he was about to leave me alone. I heard him starting to walk up the stairs. No, I felt a tug on my hair, guys. Like from the scalp, okay? And I don't have a lot of hair. My hair's kind of thin, but it was there. I wasn't bald. I wasn't bald, okay? And um he grabs me by my hair and he starts pulling me up by my hair. And I'm like trying not to be loud because these individuals are sleeping. I'm considerate, unlike this boy. So I'm like, okay, okay. And I got on my knees and hands and I pushed myself up to get on my feet to walk up the stairs. And he was like dragging me still. And he dragged me into his bedroom and he closed the door behind him. And I was like, what the freak? I was like, what the freak? But I didn't process that was weird, that was the weird part. What I processed was I didn't have my damn stuffed animal with me. And I was like, wait, like, what are you doing? Can I go get something real quick? I didn't want to be in this room with this boy. No, I did not want to be in this room with this boy. He was like, for what? I'm like, my stuffed animal. Girl, I wanted to run. I wanted to run. I was scared. Okay. I didn't know better. I was 7 years old. And he was like, wait right here. He ran to the master bedroom where it was because I told him where it was. He took it. He ended up coming back really quick. Couldn't do anything. Okay. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't run. He was really fast. And he took the stuffed animal. It was like a cheetah, whatever, threw it at the wall across the room. And I'm like flabbergasted, like, buddy, what the break did you just do? But it hurt my feelings really bad because I'm a little girl. And so I just ran up to the plushie, hoping that it was okay, like it had feelings, like it had a heartbeat, because of course it does. It's a stuffed animal, it's my family, okay? It's my little child, if you will. But yeah, and he closed the door behind him again and he was like, if you don't let me play with your iPad, I'm not gonna let you pet my cat ever again. I'm like, um, how is that equal? But in my little, like, in the moment, I was like, oh wow, like I'm not gonna be able to pet this cat. Like he's gonna beat me up if I don't give him my iPad. If I try to pet his cat, and I was thinking of in like simultaneously while giving him the iPad, I was thinking about ways where I would be able to sneak it, but he would be stalking me. I know that boy would be watching me just to like do something to my little fragile body, like beat me in the head or something. I don't know. I don't know. He was crazy. Okay, he was on crazy. He was crazy. He was on medication. I can say that. Screw you, Aiden. Um, but yeah, I let him, and there were two beds in this room because it was shared with him and his sister, Trisha. And Trisha, 16-year-old girl, she was out like doing 16-year-old things. Okay, so it was just us in the house, just me and him in this room, and he was laying on his bed that was on. It was like on the side of the door, and I was on the other one, and he was on my iPad, and I thought he was sleeping at first, so I got up really quietly and I walked over the door to put my hand on it to leave. And immediately, he was so quick with it. I was so slow with it. He put his hand over mine and he was like, "Where do you think you're going? You're not going anywhere." And I'm like, "Oh, oh, oh, really? Okay." And so I sat back down and I was like contemplating my life at that point. I was like, why am I being held hostage in a house that I was literally invited to by the owner? You're not the owner, okay? So I waited a little bit more. I don't know what I was doing, but eventually it looked like he was sleeping, but I was still really scared that he was faking it. So I was like looking over, his face was like to the door. So I was just going by like his breathing and his like heartbeat. Like I was like, I was really trying to pay attention. I got on my hands and knees like a dog. Woof woof, meow meow self. Okay. And I went along the bed and I reached for the handle. He didn't grab for my hand, so I just no, and I made a run for it. And I ran down the stairs, and by that time, both parents were awake. So I was like, "Mom, mom," and I told her the whole situation. And of course, Aiden comes down the stairs because David called him. He was like, "David, come over here, boy," and gentle parented him about that situation. And I'm like crying to my mother, like I was gonna die. 10-year-old boy's not gonna do anything to you, babe. But I was little, I didn't know any better. He was intimidating. He was very intimidating. He was very scary. So, like, yeah, um, that was that. And, as the time went on, things just got worse. My mom ended up breaking up with David because me and Aiden just had a really bad relationship. I tried, okay? I was very optimistic. I was a shy girl, shy little girl, but I was very optimistic. I wanted to be his friend, even though he was a shit person. Um, but sorry, sorry. But yeah, it just didn't work out. And now on to the sister, Trisha. Remember her from the beginning? We didn't really mention her much. This is when we mention her, and then something else. Um, I think it was on the drive home or the day after or something. My mom turns to me and she goes, "So, Trisha, I'm pretty sure she was stealing my makeup." And I was like, "Mom, what do you mean?" And she was like, "Well, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I can't because every time I would go in my makeup bag, there was always something missing. And Amy, what would you be doing with bronzer? You don't even know what that is." I'm like, "Literally." Didn't say that. Probably didn't know what literally meant. But yeah, literally, what would I be doing with bronzer as a little kid? But apparently, she stole like a bunch of makeup. There's like stuff missing from her thing, which in this economy, I can understand because $30 mas- worth of mascara is kind of a lot, like for one tube, but don't steal. Maybe, maybe do something with yourself. She was on the soccer team. She loves soccer. Maybe go for the Olympics. If there's soccer in the Olympics, I don't even think there is. Do something with yourself to make money to afford your own makeup. The freak. And leave my mother alone, okay? And like closing this off with this crazy family, not even the cat was normal, okay? Because, or I don't even blame the cat. I blame Aiden. Um, so I had a beta fish at this time, right? Really pretty maroon, like purplish, reddish beta fish. And after like a week or so, I realized we never took it home, because I had an attention span of that same fish, okay? And I turned to my mom and I was like, "Mom, whatever happened to our fish?" And she was like, "Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure because the fish tank was on top of the TV, there was like that like container thing or whatever you call it. It was okay, a TV mantle or something. The fish tank was on there. She was like, "Oh, honey, like I didn't want to say anything, but I'm pretty sure that Aiden grabbed it, like the bowl or the fish or both, and fed it to the cat." "What do you mean fed it to the cat, babe?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm really sorry. Like I don't even know either." Thank you, Aiden. Thank you, Aiden, for killing a little bit of my soul and for killing my fish. What the heck? I hope that your cat enjoyed it, okay? I hope your cat enjoyed it. Okay, guys, that's it for today. If I remember any more details, maybe I'll make a part 2, but I don't think the story is as interesting as it was to me before I recorded this. I mean, in my perspective, 7-year-old me was very traumatized. This was a very mortifying experience. First time I had to deal with grief. Was not ready for that at 7 years old. Was not ready for that, babe. And was definitely not ready for it from a little boy that was supposed to be my friend. Um, but it's okay. RIP to my beautiful little guy of a fish. Um, and yeah, if you had a fun time today, stick around. Maybe subscribe, maybe leave a like. I don't really care. I mean, it's not not gonna hurt my feelings, I promise. I'll get over it. But it was really nice hanging out with you guys today. First video is published. Okay. See you guys in the next video. Bye.